we're honored to have a special guest tonight. Brian has been in the home-based business arena for over 25 years. He started as a very successful field representative, hitting the top position in several companies. His knowledge of the industry made him a sought-after commodity as a trainer, an industry consultant, and a corporate executive. In the capacity, he has helped companies build massive distribution networks throughout North, Central, and South America, Asia, Africa, Australia, and New Zealand. And he has personally coached many 6 and 7-figure industry superstars that we all know and admire. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others our speaker, Brian. Are you there, sir?
Mark, I'm here. Can you hear me clearly, sir?
Yes, loud and clear. Welcome to the call.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for the setup and for doing all the things you're doing behind the scenes to make Bitlocity a reality. And I'll tell you, when I was sitting back and I was kind of just watching the video, and then I heard you say we were maxed out, and all I could think was that famous line: "We're going to need a bigger boat," right? Because in just 7 days since we announced that we were actually going to allow people to start doing a free sign-up process, and I don't even think we let them do it when we announced it. I mean, I think it took a day or so before that put in place. I just checked right before I popped on here. We had a little, actually now it's over 23,000. So I think it jumped by 1,000, Mark, from the time that you actually started talking on this webinar and just getting it set up to the time that we actually went off. And by the time we get off of here, who knows, right? It might be over 24,000. So guys, listen, what I'm going to do tonight for you is simple. As you know, or as you may not know, but if you don't know, I'll just tell you, we're in the middle right now of this incredible pre-launch period of Bitlocity. We're developing all the behind-the-scenes things that we're gonna want to have to make this the most impactful opportunity, the most impactful platform that you've ever been affiliated with or associated in your lives. I know a lot of people say that, but I think as you start really going through and looking at what we have, you're going to understand. And even what we have now, and it is not anything compared to what we have when we're going to launch. And what we're going to launch is going to be nothing compared to what we're going to have probably just 3 or 4 months later, because we're going to keep building on this platform and keep giving you more and more value, more and more content to make sure that we are constantly staying ahead of the curve here. But the reason why I want to do this webinar is because a lot of people were asking some basic questions, and I kind of just wanted to have a conversation to answer them. I know some of you have seen our videos already, but I kind of wanted to answer some basic questions for you. And I'm going to go through this webinar as quickly as I can just to get some of those things answered. And I think the first question people wanted to know, what was the genesis of Bitlocity? Why did we feel the need to even create this company and to kind of come in and consult with it and put it together? And you know what? It really started here with this whole thing called blockchain technology. And I know a lot of you have heard about the blockchain. Most people have heard about it. They find it very, very difficult to explain or to, put a meaning to. But, in its purest, form, it's a decentralized distributed ledger that records the ownership and authenticity of a digital asset. And that sounds like, okay, all right, I can get that. It's a ledger. But I think when you really delve into it, and I'm not going to go super deep in it tonight at all, but I just want you to understand this. The blockchain is going to change the way that the entire world works. And don't take my opinion for it. Just look at what's out there right now by the forecasters. Right now, they're actually forecasting that the blockchain technology, all the different things it's going to reach into, internet security, healthcare, pharmaceutical industry, et cetera, it's going to add $1.76 trillion. That's trillion with the T, $1 trillion over the next decade. And as a result of that happening, $1.76 trillion being added, not replaced, but added, there is about to be a wave of wealth that's going to run around this globe like nothing before in history. Nothing before in history. Literally, new millionaires and new billionaires that do not currently exist today will exist in just a couple of short years as a result of what's happening here with blockchain technology, if they're in the right position. And that's where we come in. That's what Bitlocity was all about. With that type of forecasting, Bitlocity was really developed by a group of heart-centric entrepreneurs that were concerned that most people would not be in a position to capitalize on that coming tsunami of wealth. And as a result, those entrepreneurs got together with some really, really talented developers, and they basically put together Bitlocity, which is a platform that offers two powerful and critical pieces: a world-class educational platform that's going to prepare our community to recognize and understand these future blockchain opportunities before the masses, and the premier peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform, which, by the way, it's probably why most people are here, because they're excited about some of the videos that they've seen. But it was developed to provide these people with the capital that they would need to engage in those opportunities once they recognize them. After all, at Bitlocity, we knew that only with the right knowledge and with the right level of personal capital can you ever truly be prepared to move at the speed of success. And you're going to hear that from us a lot. You hear it in our videos and our content, but this is all about speeding you up so that you can actually operate at the speed of success. Because here's what we're realizing: all of the changes that are happening, all the digital upgrades that are happening, are allowing people to become successful. They're not going to slow down for you. So you're going to have to get in position to get the right knowledge and the right amount of capital to be able to speed up to that level of success. And that's what we're going to do here for you in Bitlocity. Now, when it comes to our training program, our online video training platform that we developed, guys, it's going to work very simply. It's an incredible video training platform that's going to go from A to Z, from the very simple to the very complicated. And as you actually go through the different levels that I'm going to share with you in a moment, we're going to open up more and more of the content to you. So the higher you're going to level, the more valuable the content becomes, and the more it prepares you for this future tsunami of wealth coming from blockchain technology. So we're going to start off by just showing you videos that answer some basic things. Hey, what is the blockchain? Like, really, what is it? How will this technology change the world? What is cryptocurrency, and why is it here to stay? And that may seem like a simple question, especially to maybe some of the people in this webinar, but I promise you, I still find it difficult when I'm talking to the average person that I run into, and I say to them, hey, do you know what Bitcoin is? And they say yes. And I say, good, explain to me what it is. I still find it difficult to get any type of coherent explanation. In fact, the person who explained Bitcoin to me first several years back, they did such a poor explanation that for a year after that, I thought it was actually a physical, tangible coin that I could go and get from the bank. So again, what is it? Why is it here to stay? What is crypto mining? I mean, we hear a lot about that. What is it? How does it work? Can you make money there? What is crypto trading? What is it? How does it work? Can you make money there? Again, we're going to go from the basic to the advanced. These are just tip of the iceberg things I'm talking about here, but I want you to get an idea that you're going to have access to this incredible training platform, and every time you go up levels, it's going to give you like a key, if you would, to open up the vault to a whole nother set of video training that will ultimately prepare you for what's coming here in the future. Now, a lot of people have asked this question. We've gotten this a lot texted to us. Why Bitcoin? Why are you guys so focused on Bitcoin? There's so many other coins out there. Why are you focused on Bitcoin? And listen, it's simple for us, okay? We're looking at just from appreciable assets. That's all we're looking at. Guys, if you had $500 back in 2010, if you had it back in 2010 and you were looking for the best thing to do with your $500, you would have had some options at your fingertips. A lot of people back in 2010, what was really big was buying gold. People were saying gold's going to go to the roof, buy gold. Well, if you had done that, if you had bought gold with $500 back in 2010, that gold today would be worth $650. So about 30% appreciation of your money from 2010. That's not bad. 30%. Definitely weren't going to get that in the bank. Some people back in 2010 were saying, well, hey, you know, the stock market is set to pop. So maybe you want to take your $500 and you want to put it into the stock market. You could have done that with your $500. And guess what? It would have been a great thing to do with your money, because if you just basically invested in the S&P 500, just based off of those numbers alone, you'd be talking about almost 3 times what would have happened for your money if you would have done it with gold. But let's talk about Bitcoin, something that very few people knew about back in 2010. In fact, back in 2010, Bitcoin was only worth 0.3 of a penny. And as you can see, it started to go up and up and up and up and over the years. And then once we got into 2020, it started going up over the last quarter of this year to a little over $19,000 here in December. In fact, I think this morning it was over $19,000 again. So guys, from 0.3 of a penny to over $19,000. So for those of you who don't have a calculator with you and you can't do the math in your head, if you had taken that same $500, the one that gave you back $650 with gold, that gave you back $1850 with the stock market, with the S&P, that same $500, if you had bought $500 worth of Bitcoin back in 2010, it would be worth $3,166,673,000. By the way, that number is slightly rounded down. So I want you to understand what we're talking about. When you say why Bitcoin, it's because we are talking about accumulating the best appreciating asset that the world has ever seen. That's why we're putting so much focus here in the beginning of our platform on Bitcoin. Now, lest you think that you missed it, listen, it's coming out. I mean, all of the people who were saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's a fad, it's going to go away," they're all changing their tune now. In fact, initially people talked about Bitcoin going as high as $200,000 a coin by the end of 2021. 1 year from now is what we're talking about. Now they're saying that prediction is conservative, as they believe it could hit $300,000 or more by the end of 2021. So you are not late to the game, right? You're here right at the right place, right at the right time, if you know what to do, if you know how to capitalize. And if you need more proof that this is what we should be focusing on, just look at what's happening. It's going mainstream. You can now use Bitcoin to buy Microsoft products, BMWs, pay for your AT&T bills, buy KFC, get flights on cheapair.com, and also just look around. Walk into a CVS these days, walk into any airport in the world these days, and you're going to start to see all these Bitcoin ATMs. What does that mean? It means that big business, people that are really focusing on massive mega billion-dollar trends, they are investing hundreds of millions of dollars into building an infrastructure to support the future of cryptocurrency, not because they believe it's a fad and it's going away, but they believe it is the currency of the future, and they want to get on the ground floor because they understand that billions of dollars will be made for the people on the ground floor. I want you to understand that as well. So we developed this peer-to-peer crowdfunding platform to say, hey, let's let you get into the game. Let's let you accumulate enough Bitcoin in a short period of time that you would then be able to utilize it to take advantage of this coming wave that's going to happen with blockchain technology. And when we developed it, we wanted to do something that was for everyone. We wanted to put together what we thought would be the perfect compensation plan, where there was something for the little guy. You know, the person who may have never, ever made money on the internet before, have always said, listen, you know, I want to go out, I want to tell other people about it. I want to be able to bring other people to the table. But everybody that I tell says, hey, once you make some money, come back to me. So they're caught in the catch-22. We wanted to do something for them. We also wanted to provide maximum leverage for the masses. You're going to notice here that when we talk about Bitlocity, we're talking about moving fast, hyper speed. So we wanted to be able to do something for the leverage, that for the masses, where we can give them maximum leverage and we could give it to them fast. And we wanted to put something in place for the leaders so that we could attract the finest leadership that the world has ever seen to this company. Imagine the best leaders in the same exact company at the same exact time. What level of momentum would that create for you? And how would that actually be able to change your future financially? So let's talk about it. And before we do, I want to just have the legal liability, because I want you to understand what this is and what this is not. Okay, so the information that we're going to share is not to be considered as financial advice. Okay, we're not financial advisors. I just want to make that clear. You know, the historical performance of the people and this company that it has had will not be indicative for future results. There's no guarantee that you're going to receive the same benefits that have been obtained in the past. And Bitlocity, and I'm going to say this again because I know some people, I saw some things posted online, and I want to be clear. Bitlocity is not an investment platform, nor does it sell market securities. So if you've been telling people, hey, this is an investment platform, stop doing that. That's not who we are. It's a platform designed to empower people in the crypto markets. That's what it is. Your success is going to depend on your skills, efforts, and other market factors. And all the examples that I'm about to show you, they're done to educate you about the power of our compensation plan and should not be interpreted as guarantees of earnings. I think if I think it makes sense. I think that most people would realize that, but in case you don't, we just wanted to make sure that we said it. So our compensation plan starts off with these 14 different levels, 1 through 14, bronze through crown ambassador. Okay. We also have a $25 membership fee, and that's going to show you some of the cool benefits that come along with the membership fee. But ultimately, here's the thing. If you want to get started in Bitlocity, you can buy as many of these packages as you want. And I'm going to show you what that means when you're actually purchasing these packages. You can buy as many as you want, but you have to purchase them in order. You can't just come in and say, I want to jump to Sapphire level, so I'm going to pay $1,000 of Bitcoin and be Sapphire. No, you would have to purchase the bronze, the silver, the gold, the platinum, etc., all the way up to and through the Sapphire level for you to actually be at the Sapphire level, plus that $25 annual membership fee. So if you were going to actually get started at the silver level, it would be the $25 annual membership fee plus the $25 bronze package plus the $50 bronze package for a total of $100 worth of Bitcoin. Okay, hopefully that makes sense to you. And now I'm going to show you what these packages actually mean. Remember, as you successfully start unlocking each one of these packages, you're also going to be given a key to open up the vault on a whole new level of content of the video training in your back office, which is giving you the knowledge. This will give you the capital, that will give you the knowledge. Put those two things together and you're going to be well prepared to capitalize off this coming wave of wealth. So let's break the compensation plan up so you can start understanding exactly how the components work. The infinity line is going to be something that's going to be applied to our $25 and $50 levels that I just showed you. Let me show you what the infinity line looks like. It works like this. It's one global infinity straight line compensation plan. We're going to do it for the $25 level and the $50 level. So I'm just going to show you the $25 level here, but the $50 level works exactly the same. The only thing that determines your place in this line is the exact timestamp of when you actually get started and you pay for the $25 package. That's the only thing. It doesn't matter who sponsored you, recruited you, told you about it. Doesn't matter who you sponsor, recruit, or tell anybody. Doesn't even matter if you sponsor, recruit, or tell anybody. I want to make that very clear. This is one global seamless line that will allow everybody to basically capitalize off of all of the growth that is going on globally, everywhere in the world here with what we're doing with Bitlocity. So this is you. This person right here may have gotten started from the other side of the world a quarter of a second after you. That's why they were inserted directly behind you. This person got excited, from another place in the world a quarter of a second later, and so on and so on. And the way that this simply works is once you're in position, there are other people that are being inserted, right away, and they're actually all paying in this case, they're $25 to get into the $25 infinity line. Well, of the people behind you, you're going to get one payment from one of those people, and then you'll get another payment from another person. Okay, the reason why we send you two payments is for a simple reason. One of those payments will go directly to your wallet, to your blockchain, your Bitcoin wallet. So right away, you've made back. You paid your $25 to get into the line. You've made back that $25. That's awesome. The second $25, though, what it's used for is to ultimately give you the ability now instantaneously to buy back a position back into the back of the line instantaneously. So you are now back in line with $25 to buy your spot back into the line. And as more people start to join, this process can go over and over and over again with you being able to go back into line time and time and time again, earning $25 or $50 every single time over and over and over again. I want to make sure that you understand what I just said. One global straight line position. The position is determined only by timestamp, has nothing to do with who sponsored who. Unlimited $25 and $50 payments with no recruiting required to get paid. A good friend of mine, and I believe he's actually probably on this webinar right now, when I told him about this entire thing, he said, this right here, in the time that we're in right now, these $25 and $50 payments coming into a person's wallet, maybe week after week, maybe even if it's going fast enough day after day, this could be the difference between gas and groceries for an incredible amount of people across the world who are in very poor financial shape. They've never been there before, but they're there right now because of what's happening in this crazy world right now. This is the difference for them between having gas and groceries and not having it. That's a big deal, and it's something we're proud of because we're helping people. Again, there's something for the little guy. Now, let's talk about everything beyond that. That was the $25 and $50 lines that we're talking about. Let's talk about what happens from $75 all the way up to the $100,000 package. Now you're getting into our dual-sided maximum leverage plan. Two different sides to the dual-sided maximum leverage plan: our leverage builder unilevel and our 1x3 speed matrix. So I'm going to take them in pieces so you can start to understand how each one works, and we'll start with the leverage builder unilevel. Now, with the leverage builder unilevel, again, I know there's some people in here, you may have never heard that terminology before, unilevel. So a unilevel is your position with all of your personal referrals placed front line to you. It's unlimited width. So whether you actually refer one person or 10,000 people, they're all front line to you. Okay, they don't start going, tiered or structured. They're all front line to you. Now, all of the payments, I want you to understand what I'm about to say, and then I'm going to show it to you. But all of the payments in the unilevel are yours to keep. All of them. This is regardless of how large the payment is or what package level you are. I want to tell you something not being done in the industry, okay? Most people aren't going to do this. So this is us saying we're doing something for the people. This is a very, very big deal. You'll start to understand it as we go through some of the examples. Now, the only exception to that are your 3rd and 10th referrals, because their unilevel payments will pass up to your sponsor, okay? This is where that maximum leverage part is coming in. And I want to be clear here. You're passing up payments, right? Your 3rd and 10th people are passing up payments. You're not passing up people, which means they're still your people and your referrals. This is critical because of the next thing I'm going to show you. The payments from all of your personal recruits, 3rd and 10th referrals, will all pass up to you. We're talking about maximum leverage. Let me show it to you graphically. So this is you, and you go out and you start building your team. You start referring people. And again, I know a lot of you are very good at this because, as I said, we actually told people they could start building in this pre-build, and we've already got 23,000 plus people in the system in less than a week. So this is absolutely amazing. So you go out and you refer your 1st, 2nd, and your 3rd person. Now remember, 3rd and 10th, we're going to be pass up to your sponsor. So that person, just their payments through the unilevel would pass up to your sponsor. And you keep going out and you keep building, and then you get to a 10th person. And again, that is passing up to your sponsor. After that, okay, those payments, those two for the 3rd and 10th, you have no more pass ups ever again. So whether or not you went out and got just 10 people or 10,000 people, you would still only have these two, the 3rd and the 10th, that were actually passing up these payments to your sponsor. They would be the only ones. Now, again, where does the maximum leverage part come in? Every single one of them, including your 3rd and 10th, they all have potentially their own 3rd and 10th referrals, and all of those payments are passing up to you. So in this particular scenario, you actually had 2 people who were passing up payments to the sponsor, but you picked up 20 payments that were being passed up to you. And remember, after your 10th, there's no more pass ups for you. So if you went out and referred another 100 people, none of those payments would be passing off. Not only would all 100 of those payments be unilevel streams of income for you, but their 3rd and 10ths of all 100 of those would also be unilevel streams for you. That's the maximum leverage builder plan, and that's the maximum leverage builder unilevel from there. So now let's talk about the unique speed matrix, and I want to go through some of the details about the matrix. First of all, in case you don't know, you're not from this space, a matrix is your position. You know, I'm going to show it to you afterwards, but it's your position with 3 open positions front line to you. The payments in the first 2 positions are paid to you instantly, but the payments in the 3rd position will pass up to your sponsor and cycle you, meaning you will open a brand new matrix at the same level with a new 3 open positions, and it can just repeat over and over and over again. Let me keep this in mind for you. Again, remember, pass ups are awesome. They're awesome because if you're passing up to your sponsor, it also means that all of your people are passing up to you. Now, each package you purchase from $75,000 to $100,000 in Bitcoin will give you a matrix at that level. I'm going to show you that here in a moment. You can purchase as many packages at a time as you want, but they must be purchased in order. You can only receive payments. Now, this is a key difference between the matrix and the unilevel. In the unilevel, all of the payments coming in there, like I said, are yours except for the 3rd and 10th referrals. But With the matrix, you can only receive payments from the levels that you have already purchased. If you understand that one line, you're going to understand the strategy and why people are trying to race to the top. All of the pass ups from your personal referral matrices will go to you as long as you are qualified at that package level. Big deal there. Big deal there. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, first of all, keep in mind you can only benefit from your chosen level of package participation, and this is what a matrix looks like. It's you with a first, that's yours. A second position, payments coming from there is yours, and a third position that's going to go up to your sponsor. When that happens, you cycle and you open up a brand new matrix. So that's the first thing. I just want you to understand it visually. Second thing I want you to understand is that every rank is a separate 1x3 matrix starting at the 75 contribution. So let's say you came in today and you said, you know what, I'm going to go all the way up to the amber level. I've got enough Bitcoin. I want to actually get started all the way up at the amber level. So I'm going to pay the $25 for the annual enrollment. And then I'm going to also pay 25 bronze, 50 for the silver, 75, et cetera, all the way up to amber. Well, what that would do for you is it would then actually give you all 6 of these packages. Now, remember, the first 2 packages are the 25 and the 50, and they're actually paid out and governed by our global infinity line. But the next 4, the gold, the platinum, the pearl, and the amber, it would mean that you would open up a gold, a platinum, a pearl, and an amber matrix, which would mean that if anyone joins your team, anybody that you referred, and they came in at any of these levels all the way through amber, you would be in position to get paid through all of those levels because you are now opened up in those levels. You also are now opened up additional educational materials. So you're now in position to gain the knowledge while you're also gaining the revenue. So it's a big deal here in terms of capitalization. That knowledge plus that capital is what we're looking to actually provide for you. So I want you to keep that in mind, that every single time that you go up, you're opening up another one. So remember, we have 14 total packages. First 2 are governed by the global infinity line, but that means that you could have 12 from gold all the way through crown ambassador, right? 12 different matrices operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as more and more referrals are coming through there. So it's a big deal in terms of you generating really, really fast Bitcoin payments. Now, again, I want to show you an example of why it is you want to make sure that you're always getting to the higher packages so you're able to participate at the highest level at all times. Let me just give you an example and say that this is your particular matrix. And now I want to show you a behind the scenes thing. Again, when you're looking at your matrix, you're only going to see this on the level, but I want to show you what will be happening behind the scenes. Let's say this person right here, okay, you're qualified at the ruby level, which is level 7, okay, the $750 level 7. You actually go out and you've got a person who's only qualified at the gold level. They've only decided to actually start, and they bought up to the $75 gold level. And then they went out and found someone who only actually came in again at the gold level. They found someone who came in at the gold level, but they found someone all the way down here, somebody you don't know, by the way, who actually decided to come in also at the ruby level from day 1. So they came in and they actually just bought up all the packages through level 7. Here's why you want to make sure that you're always going up to the highest package that you can, and you're constantly recapitalizing to keep moving up. Because in this scenario right here, you're the next person that's qualified at the ruby level. So what our system would do is when this person came in, they would say, okay, we've got the gold. Remember, the first 2 packages, the 25 and the 50, that's going into the infinity line. But starting at the gold level, platinum, pearl, amber, ruby, it's looking to pay it out into the matrix. So it would go to this next person and say, okay, we got to pay out the gold matrix money. Are you qualified at the gold level? Yes, they are. So they would actually get paid the money from the gold matrix, if that makes sense to you, because they're qualified. But after that, it would say, hey, are any of these people qualified at platinum, pearl, amber, or ruby? They are not. You're the next person in line who's qualified at all those levels. So all of the money from those matrices would go all the way up through these people and to you. That's a big deal. It's a huge deal because that's going to happen through infinite depth. So no matter how deep it is down into your team, if people have not put themselves in position, but you're in position, you're just going to have Bitcoin payments rising up almost from out of nowhere, going into your Bitcoin wallet over and over and over and over again, then that's your benefit for getting yourself in position. So get in position. Now, the leadership top recruiter pool, and then I'm going to put it all together for you. So let's talk about this, because no one else in this entire space has ever done anything like this. We developed it to attract and reward the best industry leaders on the planet. That's what we're looking for. So every calendar month, the top 10 recruiters in Bitlocity will split a pool of Bitcoin funded, get this, by every upgrade worldwide of $75 or higher. Why $75 or higher? Because 25 and 50, that's going into the global infinity line. But starting at that third package, that gold package of $75 or higher, all the way through $100,000, right? We're going to actually allow the top 10 recruiters to get a piece of everything happening in the company in the entire world, not just their team, everyone's team. Okay, why do we do that? Because that's going to drive massive momentum. Here's how it works. Every upgrade from $75 through $100,000 levels, they're going to have a $10 profit and promotion fee deducted. Why would we take $10? Okay, simple. Because we want to make sure our company's around forever, and we want to make sure we can reward the people who are driving the most amount of value and volume. Okay, so $5 is going to fund research and development so we can launch future products, add additional educational platforms, etc. Support and infrastructure and future promotions, okay? Because we got some ideas for some future promotions that we're going to do for people that are at certain levels into the future. The other $5 will fund the leadership top recruiter pool. So for every single upgrade worldwide of $75 or higher every single month, $5 is going to go into this leadership top recruiter pool. Each time the pool is paid, the recruiter numbers are set back to zero, meaning each month, everyone has an equal chance to be in the pool. Here's what I mean. A guy goes out and does 400 recruits this month. He doesn't start off next month with 400 recruits. He starts back at zero, which means you've got the same opportunity to be in that pool as he does. That's all it means from month to month to month. And that's how we wanted to set it up. Let me show you what it looks like. Even in the top 10, we're going to actually break it down with the top 10 recruits through percentages. So the number one recruiter is going to get 20% of the pool. 2 and 3 will each get 15%. 4, 5, and 6 will get 10%, and 7 through 10 will each get 5%. Let me show you an example of that. Let's say we have a month where there are 10,000 upgrades. That would be $50,000 of Bitcoin in that pool. If that was the case, 7 through 10 would get an extra $2,500 Bitcoin bonus at the end of that month. 4 through 6 would get an extra $5,000 bonus. 2 through 3 would get an extra $7,500 bonus. And the number one recruiter for that month would get an extra $10,000 bonus for that month, on top of everything else that they were already earning from everything that was happening in our team. Again, this is an override off of everything that is happening in the company because they're bringing in this extra value. Guys, I've seen these types of programs before outside of this space, and I'll tell you what, there is nothing like the driver that this will create for our company. Listen, we've got 23,000 people that pre-registered with us here in less than a week. We're going to easily have a couple of 100,000 people by the time we actually launch this in January. And I'll tell you what, even when that happens, with this feature alone, this is going to drive what we're doing into the millions. And all of that does, think about it for a moment. Every single person that they're recruiting and who's joining our company, no matter how high they want to go into the Bitlocity plan, they have to go through the $25 and $50 levels, which means recruiting from these people alone is driving those $25 and $50 global infinity lines, and people are cycling and getting these $25 and $50 bombs of Bitcoin going into their accounts over and over and over again, giving them the capitalization to start rising up into the $75 levels and above, and everything just continues to perpetuate and feed itself. It's the most powerful system I've ever seen, and it all works together. The entire plan works together. Let's say you were at the Emerald level. What that would mean for you is that obviously if you're all the way up to Emerald, you have to come through all of these levels. So you've got a $25 and $50 global infinity line position that's always there. You never have to touch it. You never have to do anything. As the company is growing, you're cycling back through it time and time and time again. You're getting $25 and $50 payments coming into your account over and over and over again. But you've also got your own unilevel happening, right? Where you're picking up all of the money in the unilevel, no matter what level you are. Even if you're at Emerald and somebody came in, one of this guy goes up the Crown Ambassador, okay? That's $100,000 coming in there. Whatever the part of that comes into your unilevel, that's all yours, even though they're at a higher level than you. And you're also at the Emerald Matrix, which means any matrix money from here all the way to here, that's all going to be coming through your matrix as well, because I'm showing you the Emerald level, but that also means you have a sapphire, a ruby, an amber, a pearl, platinum, and a gold. So you've got all these matrices as well to set you up to make sure that you're earning as much Bitcoin as you can. So let me show you this one last example, and then we can actually wrap up here as we start powering it down, guys. Let's say that you've gotten all the way up to that Emerald level, which is a $2,000 level, and now you've got your personal referrals, and they're starting to upgrade to the $2,000 level as well. So in order for them to upgrade, for your first person to do it, it's going to be $2,000 in Bitcoin. We're going to take that $10 profit and promotion fee that I talked about. That's going to leave $1,990 in Bitcoin, and our system will instantly split that 50-50 with $995 going into the unilevel, $995 going into the matrix. This is what it looks like for you, for the first person, okay? First person does that. You got $995 in this position. That's all you. You earned all that $995. Second person does it. You got $995 in this position. That's also, once again, all you. So you actually earn $1,990. You've gotten all of that contribution, all of it, okay? Next person contributes to $2,000, okay? Here it goes. That's the second person. That's all you. That's all you. You've earned 100% of it again. Now, when we get to that third person, guess what? It's a pass up here to your sponsor. You're passing up the $995 payment, not the person. Remember, the payment, not the person, okay? And over here, it's a pass up as well, because it's your third position and going to cycle you. But when it cycles you, you get a brand new empty matrix with 3 new positions. And that just continues to happen through infinity. So now you've got a brand new Emerald matrix. Here's what it looks like. Fourth person does it. That's $995 here. That's all you. That's $995 here. That's all you. You earned 100% of it. Next person does it. $995 you, $995 you. But then look at this. When the sixth person actually does it, well, up here, that's $995 to you. That's that green spot. It's all going to you. But down here, it falls into the third position in your second matrix. Again, it's going to cycle you again, and you get a brand new matrix, and you keep going. So as you can see, this is happening all the time. And remember, I didn't even talk about the fact that you've got all these other people within your organization who may not have gotten up to these levels, so they're not in position. Somebody is upgrading faster than them. You've got other Bitcoin payments flying up to you from infinite levels of depth. This is crazy what's going on. And remember, I'm showing you just the Emerald level. This is representative of the fact that you also have all of the other matrices up to the Emerald level. So you've got all of this happen simultaneously, being tracked by our system 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with people from all over the world. You will not be able to keep track of how fast your wallet is going to grow. So something for the little guy. $25 and $50 global infinity line. I think we took care of that. Maximum leverage for the masses. Guys, I just sold you how that dual-sided maximum leverage plan works. We definitely took care of that. And something for the leaders. There has never been a leadership top recruiters pool in this space before. No one else has ever figured out how to do it. What we're doing here is revolutionary, and it's going to attract the very top, the best of the best. And as they're coming in and they're actually chasing these pools so they can actually leverage the growth of the entire company, they're building these infinity lines for people. They're driving more and more upgrades. Guys, it all works together in perfect synchronicity to produce the result that we're looking for, which is the most powerful and the most perfect compensation plan that's ever been developed. So how do you get started? Listen, right now, it's really simple. Right now, we're in a global pre-build, okay? So all you have to do right now is get back to the person who invited you to take a look at this webinar and ask for their unique sign-up link, okay? Once you sign up, you can actually secure a free position during our leadership pre-build and start to develop your own team, because the moment you sign up, you're gonna get your own unique sign up link, your own temporary back office. I say temporary back office because remember, we're in a free pre-build. So you're not going to see a space back there for commissions or anything like that because there are no commissions in the free pre-build. But once we're started, we're going to actually activate it. We'll push a button. It's going to take that entire genealogy. We'll transfer into our permanent back office system. That's going to have all the bells and the whistles. It'll show you how to open up all your matrices, etc. because now it's go time. So get yourself in position right now. Get their link, get your free position, and start talking to people, showing them this webinar, showing them our incredible videos that we put out there so you can start building. I know a lot of people are doing it because you don't get 23,000 plus people in less than a week unless a lot of people are talking about it. But I promise you, hundreds of thousands of people will be in position. When we finally launch, we're going to create the biggest first day stories that have ever existed in this industry. And if there's a person that you're thinking about talking to who you think would love this, someone else is thinking of them too. So you want to not dilly-dally. You want to get in position and start talking right away. And then go to www.bitlocity.info and join our Telegram group so you can stay on top of all the incredible announcements that we're going to have now over the next few weeks before we actually finally push go and we blow this out of the park. Okay, so you want to make sure you do that. And some of those things might be something like this. Our brand new mobile marketing app that we're going to create for Bitlocity, not going to create, actually have created. When I say coming soon, I mean in the next 24 to 48 hours, we're going to be rolling this out and it's going to be included. People, just with the $25 yearly membership, this is one of the things we're going to include, a complete marketing system with a free mobile app that we're going to actually roll into that. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to do some other things with apps that are going to actually knock your socks off in terms of lead generation and funnel systems, etc., just because you're a part of Bitlocity. So guys, you don't want to miss this. You don't want to play around. Go to the bitlocity.info. Make sure you actually join the